Hey everybody, welcome to another Simhanger monthly live stream. Great to have you along. If you're watching on the stream, don't forget to say hello. Hello to Sudi and Runway Fieldman. I think you're flying with us, aren't you, sir?
Yes, I am. I'm in the Purple People Eater.
People Eater. Guys, we're in the Philippines today. It's somewhere we haven't been before, Southeast Asia. Philippines is a large group of islands, 7,641 islands, believe it or not, bordered by the South China Sea to the west, which is the sort of direction we're going to be heading, and it's the 12th most populous nation in the world, with the capital being Manila. The monsoons happen from May to October, and we're going to be turning on some rain and making things a little bit more difficult as we go. And this is slightly different to our normal fly-in, because we're going to be sticking more to IFR procedures, as it were. Going to do two instrument landings, two ILS approaches, and we're going to be doing two visual approaches. So we've got 4 landings ahead of us. Just a reminder, if you haven't done so already, set your weather. The bottommost cloud layer, have the base at 4,000 feet and the top at 7,000 feet, and coverage at 90%, and that will give us the sort of weather that will suit the fly-in today. Okay, so for the first leg, let's just cover that off. We're going to be departing runway 04, and it's going to be the Canop 4P standard instrument departure, which basically means we're going to fly the runway heading, keep your altitude to 2,000 feet until such time as we pass the 2,500 feet. And then we're going to turn towards Taha and climb at 8,000 feet. Then we're going to continue and maintain 8,000 feet overhead cannon. So the narrative for the flight plan said at 7,000, but we're going to remain at 8,000 over Taha and cannon, and then a descent to 5,000 feet overhead Bravo Charlie Delta. And then we're going to be turning for a ILS approach, which we can cover more once we're on our way. Now, we have a great turnout. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Great to have you here. Hello to Igor and to James Hudson. Hello, my friend. How are you? He said he really wanted to join us on this one, but on the tail end of a 30-hour shift. Understandable, James. No problem at all. So, any questions regarding the first part of the first leg? Everybody okay? Jolly good. Now I can see that we've got a host of TBM 930s here today. We've also got, is that the Chancellor 414 I see?
A firm, yes.
Who's that in the Chancellor?
That would be me.
Oh, there's 2 of you, are there?
There's 2 of us, yeah.
Ah, fantastic. Who?
Good, I'm not alone then.
Okay, and we've got the PC-21, Pilatus as well. Brenz, you.
Hello.
Hi, you're in that? That's very nice.
Yeah.
Somebody's in a Vision Jet, Soapy. Are you in the Vision Jet, or am I? I've got so many labels it's hard to read, actually.
Yeah, Sophie is in the Vision Jet.
And Horace, you're in the Beechcraft 5.8, the twin. Okay, you're going to have to put pedal to the metal. Now, cruise should be at about 200 knots, and you can climb at whatever suits you best. So, just to recap, and then let's get away. Runway 404, hold runway heading to the first waypoint, and maintain an altitude not higher than 2,500 feet, and then climb 8,000 as we turn towards the first waypoint, Taha. So when you're ready, gentlemen, let's head out. Don't all rush now.
I'm off.
We gotta spin up the engine.
There goes Dutch Airways. Trek Skyjumper's on his way. Wrongway's on his way. Steve Tees, you're on the runway. Paulus 704, welcome. Pete B, nice to have you back, sir. And Glass Prism. Shoal in you're in the Chancellor 414. Very nice. Dan, you're also in the Pilatus.
I'm in the PC-12, yeah, not the 21, but yeah, I'm...
Yeah. You're in the baby.
Well, I've only flown it sort of about 3 times before today, so thought it was needed to have a test flight.
Only flown it 3 times, so is that, should I read by that you're getting your excuses in early, sir?
I read that exactly as you like, Mark. I'll, you know... Whatever happens...
Happens.
Happens, yeah. As is usually the case on these flights.
Well, we got a fantastic turnout for this flight. More than I expected, being more of an instrument flight. That's fantastic, guys. Thank you all very much for supporting the live stream. Really appreciate it. I'm up. Gears coming up.
Traffic, 12 o'clock, same altitude, less than
I've got a big traffic alerts. No shock there then.
altitude, less than 1 mile.
There's a little bit of traffic in the area.
Yes. She's shouting in my ear as well.
Okay, remember guys, don't climb above 2,500 feet to stay within the parameters of the flight, and I can see a couple of you have bust that already. 2,500 to the first waypoint, and then we're going to turn towards Taha, and at that point let's start our climb to 8,000 feet. Transition altitude here is 11,000 feet in the, or transition point I should say, is at 11,000 feet. So for the whole flight, because we're on a preset, we're going to be running at 29.92 or 1013 hectopascals. Tony Dog Zero, how are you, sir?
Very well, thank you. Yourself?
You're in the TBM 850 by the look of it.
I am, I love it.
Traffic, 11 o'clock, low, less than 1 mile. Traffic, 12 o'clock, same
Okay, I'm now starting my turn and starting my climb to 8,000 feet.
Good man, Tony. Just dropping in, Mark. Yeah, TBM 850, well done, Tony. How are you all doing?
James, how are you doing? You've just finished a long shift.
I have, yeah. Sorry, I've just turned off your video. That was in the background. Yeah, I just finished a massive shift. I can't, I'm not going to make it. I wanted to come on this one. I love the TBM. But good luck, everybody. Just dropping in to say hi.
Cheers, James.
Well, thanks, James. Really appreciate it.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, go and get some well-earned rest, James.
Yeah, I'm drinking a bottle of wine, so yeah, that's good. That's good rest.
Well, that's the best way to do it.
It's the only way.
Take care.
Thanks, James. Really appreciate you jumping on. Oh, what a fantastic sight. What a fantastic sight. Guys, remember, let's try and cruise so we stay more or less together. About 200 knots, guys. And I'm just starting to climb into the soup now. Trek Sky Jumper, you're climbing very quickly, very nice. Bronco. Yep. Oh, Paulus, you're in the Bronco. Oh. Interesting choice. Why did you choose that?
Well, because of the speed.
Ah. Are you enjoying it?
Yes, I do. Very interesting flight model.
Yeah, I know that I watched a video on YouTube from Russ Barlow, and he's an ex-Bronco pilot, and he was very impressed with it.
I watched the video as well, so yeah, it's very nice plane to fly.
Yeah, I haven't ventured that far yet. Now climbing up to 8,000. And we all prepared for our ILS approach, runway 3 at Romeo Papa Victor Bravo. So basically we're going to head from Cannon, we're going to start a descent of about 1,500 feet, because we'll be at 8,000. A descent of about 1,500 feet per minute is plenty to get you down to 5,000. We want to be at 5,000 as we go, or as we're about 3 nautical miles away from the VOR Bravo Charlie Delta, BCD. And then we're going to turn on a heading of 200 for a distance of 8 nautical miles from that VOR before a right-hand turn to line up for ILS approach runway 03. And the ILS approach frequency, for those of you that don't have it, is 109.7 on a heading of 30. I'm now at cruise altitude.
About those excuses, Mark.
Yes, sir.
Does anyone know? I've just did a test flight. It was absolutely fine. I've restarted and I've got no autopilot. It says it's engaged, but it's not controlling the aircraft at all. Is anyone familiar with the PC-12 and see what I've done wrong?
Have you clicked on the screen with the mouse to make sure that it's active?
I'm using a 530.
Sometimes it can lose focus.
Yeah. No, what I mean is the autopilot, even when I put it on heading mode, is not changing the direction of the aircraft.
Oh.
Anything like that. I'm not getting the altitude control shot through my altitude.
Yeah, mine was glitchy too. Altitude and heading is kind of hesitant.
I think there may be a switch up above the co-pilot seat that you have to turn on for autopilot.
12 o'clock, same altitude, less than 1 mile.
Get out of the overspeed situation. Okay. Above the co-pilot, so let's have a look. I follow the same checklist for both.
I vaguely remember that. I could be mistaken.
How are we all doing, guys?
Quietly.
There's not a lot of talking. People are definitely concentrating, I think.
I'm concentrating.
I screwed up and I got way behind.
Where are you, sir? Where are you?
Oh, I'm just catching up. I'm getting there.
I got to tell you guys, I'm a bit suspicious because I'm way out in front. I think you're all following me, hoping for the best.
I really wish I'd practiced on this one.
I think you're right on that one.
I'm actually going by the field right now.
I've been practicing all week.
I have too.
Yeah, me too. I'm
well, Mark, I can tell you I had
Tahar.
some difficulty setting up the plan, even following your instructions, because I was trying to set up everything that was in the list, which obviously I couldn't achieve. So the general plan is in my computer, but it remains to be seen if I can follow all the fine details.
Okay, just for any of you that need a little bit of help, if you're going to your primary flight display, click on the soft key at the bottom, PFD settings. A new menu will appear. One of them is bearing 1. If you click that on, that will show you the VOR that you've got dialed in, which should at this point be 115.30. And that'll give you nav1 bearing. For me at the moment it's showing 38 nautical miles on a heading of 284 degrees. And the beauty of doing that is when we get over the VOR, we're going to turn on a heading, I think it's 200 for 8, is it 8 nautical miles, something like
Correct.
that?
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
It's 8 miles. Nautical miles.
And that's how you can measure the distance that you are from the VOR. And you need about, make sure you get down so that when you do switch over to away from your FMS onto your VOR1 or NAV1 and go to approach, then you can pick up the ILS. And again, for those of you not totally au fait with it, I'll talk you through that as we get closer. So just to summarize, guys, to pick up NAV1 on your primary flight display, the soft keys along the bottom, it's the PFD settings. Select that soft key, bearing 1, NAV1, activate that. You will see a few little numbers below and what have you, and that will give you your bearing and what have you. You can then click back and you're back to your normal settings.
That's far too sophisticated for me. I've just got Bendix King avionics in this one.
As you can see, guys, we're in the soup at the moment. We can't see the ground, so we can't navigate VFR, so it's IFR. That's why we're flying instruments.
I'm just trying to concentrate on staying at 8,000 feet and on heading. This thing keeps pulling to the right on me. I still have to trim it.
Okay, for For those of you on the watching the stream, I can pull up the nav map and you can see this was our departure here. Our standard instrument
I'm so
departure
way behind. I didn't start until late.
terminates
Sorry,
at
fellas.
Cannon, and then we're going to go down here and we're going to go in for an
That's what I'm doing.
ILS landing here.
Full throttle all the way.
Traffic, 12 o'clock, same altitude, less than 1 mile.
Do you recommend having Navigraph?
I certainly do, yeah.
Yeah, I've been looking at it all week and thinking I should get it. I was going to ask you guys if you use it.
If you're into IFR, longer flights and navigating and want access to the various maps and charts, and you want your sim to have the navigational data fully up to date, well, it's a no-brainer. It's one of the very few subscriptions that I do, and I think it's absolute value for money, genuine.
I agree. I've been using it too, Mark, for a good while, and it is worth every dime.
Yeah, I wouldn't be without it.
I actually did it on a monthly basis for a month to see if it was good, and then I sort of changed over to a yearly membership. So yeah, if you want advice, just go for a month, see what it's like. If you want it, then go forward.
Well, I think you've all answered my question.
Are you on PC?
Yeah, on PC.
Yeah. The answer might be slightly different if you're on Xbox.
Okay, again, for those of you on the stream, for anybody watching on the stream, again, I've got Navigraph up. I'm just showing the I've got the route overlaid on the map, and I've also overlaid the actual airport that we're going to be doing our first ILS landing at, and it's runway 03, and it's quite easy to pick up the approach and what have you and so on. So we're going to come over, we're going to turn about 3 nautical miles before the VOR on a heading of 200, then a right hand turn to align with the ILS at 8 nautical mile distance. Now, although the chart's showing 190 degrees, bear in mind we're going to do 200, so we're going to be a bit tighter than what's recommended, but that's because this chart is principally designed for the big heavies, and we're not that heavy today. We're a little bit lighter. My traffic is going crackers.
Yeah, same here. I just, thank goodness, I found the shut up button. She stopped telling me off now.
Tell me where the shut up button is, please.
Well, I don't know in your aircraft, but in the Vision Jet it's down on the little...
Oh, okay. No.
On the PFD display.
I'm on the TBM. I'm not sure where it is.
No, I don't know the TBM very well.
I think on the Garmin's you need to put the alter the transponder mode, and turn the traffic off. Effectively, you turn the traffic awareness off.
Yeah,
you turn the traffic off, and
oh, stop moaning at me, machine. It's all right. The volume's quite low, so it's not really disruptive.
You're on the you're on the Garmin 3000, aren't you? It's on the transponder settings, and it's, I think there's about 4 options, and if you're above, if you don't want to have the 2 on which have got traffic awareness, I think it's the second one down. If you just put it at transponder only, and that'll turn off all your ADSB and all that kind of jazz, and that turns off the announcements.
Okay, right, I'm just over the point, so time to descend to 5,000 feet now. So just setting my... And a descent rate of between 1,200 and 1,500 feet will be plenty. Don't forget to pull back a little bit on the power setting. And the aim is to be at 5,000 feet when we're over the VOR. And a about 3 nautical miles before. We've got about 12 nautical miles to run once we're over Cannon. So we're descending back into the soup, guys.
Oh dear.
Dutch Airways, how are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you.
Moose P, how are you? I trust you're well?
I'm well, working my tail off here.
In other words, Simhanger, shut up, I'm busy. Limes Fly VR, how are you?
Also very good, but also working my ass off. It's a ton of fun though. Nice idea.
Okay, so what I'm doing is, as I'm heading to the VOR, I'm switching to the heading mode. Then on the PFD, I can change to VOR 1 and change my course heading. The heading is 30. So I'm just going to dial in 30 because that will be the ILS. And I'll be switching my nav 1 to the 109.7 when I'm ready to turn, and I'm gonna then, as I get about 3 nautical miles away from the VOR Bravo Charlie Delta, I'm going to remain on heading, and I'm going to be turning on a heading of about 200 for 8 nautical miles, and I'll be able to measure that because I've got bearing 1 activated. Hope all that makes sense, guys.
Yep.
Yep. I'll just follow you, Mark.
Horace 45, there you are, I can see you. You should be getting down to about 5,000 feet. Most of you are there, well done. Some of you getting a bit too low, guys. Hoodlum, I see you climbing a little bit there.
Yeah, I'm just on my way back up now, yeah.
Good man. Now once we're over the VO, or 3 nautical miles from the VOR, oops, I should have turned already. So let's turn on a heading of 200.
Mark, it says overhead, Bravo Charlie Delta.
Say again.
So it said on the instructions, it said fly over the Bravo Charlie Delta.
Yeah.
And then go to a heading of 200.
If you start,
I watch my VOR, and then when it swaps, that's when I turned.
Okay, the reason I said 3 nautical miles, as you start turning, because of the speed and what have you that we're doing, you'll find you're more or less over it when you actually made the turn. But if you want to fly over first, that's fine.
Yeah, I might better then go back over to the left a little bit then.
Okay, now I'm on the downwind leg, so I'm going to dial in 2,000 feet. And I'm going to start a descent to 2,000 feet. I'm going to keep my speed between 170 and 180 knots for the downwind leg here. And I'm going to descend at about 2,000 feet per minute. I'm on a heading of roughly 200 degrees, and I'm then going to do a fairly sharp right-hand turn to line me up with the ILS. Goodness me, don't know what happened there. Everything just went blank for a minute.
I was having trouble yesterday, Mark, with I don't know if it was the sim or the aircraft, but ever so often it felt like something hit the airplane, and then I get a 500-foot announcement, and the autopilot would go off. All kind of weird things were happening.
Oh. I don't know what happened to I seem to have lost OBS there. I think I'm still live streaming, but not sure exactly what's happening there.
Yeah, I'm watching the live stream as we're moving.
That's very odd. Okay, I'm at 2,000 feet and 8 nautical miles. So I'm now going to make a fairly sharp right-hand turn. I'm going to change my VOR1 to the ILS, should read Lock 1.
Traffic, 3 o'clock, same altitude, 1 mile.
So I'm still streaming, it looks like, but there's nothing actually showing on my... Nothing showing on OBS, which is a bit odd. Right, I'm now slowly turning towards final.
Traffic, 12 o'clock, high, 2 miles. Traffic, 12 o'clock, high.
Now going to activate approach. It's picked it up, and I'm now starting to align. Speed's down to about 150. Here we go, guys. Flaps 1 and gear down. There's the runway in front of us. I'm on the glide slope now. Coming back to about 140 knots at this point. How many of you are on the ILS, and how many of you are just relying on visual?
I'm on the ILS. Just took the gear down. I'm on final.
I'm attempting ILS.
Visual off now.
Too late.
ILS is 109.7 and heading is 30.
I lay my life in your hands, Mark.
Just picked up the glide slope.
Good man. Come on in, the ILS is wonderful, guys. Once we land, we'll be departing in the same direction, guys. So once we land, we'll backtrack. Flaps down for landing.
Two and a half nautical miles out.
Speed. Ideally at this point you want something around the 120, 110 minimum probably. I'm just below that, I'm 114 knots. We're on the ILS, on the glide slope, looking good. Pete B, I'm following you in, sir. Steve Tees is ahead of us. Steve Tees, are you on ILS?
Yes, I am, and
Good
1.5
man.
nautical miles out.
It looks exactly like you are, sir. exactly the right altitude.
Less than 1 mile. Traffic. Traffic.
My
Not easy to
traffic
keep the
saying, "Oh
spacing."
my God, there's so much traffic around." Okay, so autopilot off. Manually fly this in now.
I'm on the localizer.
Traffic. Traffic. 12 o'clock. Same altitude.
I'm a little low, but not too bad. Coming back now. You don't want to flare the TBM too much. You just want to plonk her down.
Traffic.
I'm down.
Low.
Reverse is engaged.
I'm down.
60 knots, manual braking. And I'm going to take this first off ramp here so I can see you guys land.
Traffic. Traffic. 4 o'clock.
Wow, it's just a mass of nameplates.
Traffic. Traffic. 6 o'clock. High. Less than 1 mile.
I think I'm telling Charlie and the Chancellor.
I can see Tech Skyjumper's down, Limes Fly VR's down, Paddy Cool is down, Kansas City is down.
Traffic. 6 o'clock. Same altitude. Less than 1 mile.
The Chancellor is down, I see. Tony Dark Zero is down in the 850. Here comes Brenz and Horace, Glass Prism. Follow the taxiway round, guys. Past the terminal for a line-up for departure. Ninja is down.
12 o'clock.
Nico, how are you doing, my friend?
Traffic. Traffic.
Yeah, good, thanks, Mark.
Altitude.
Excellent. I see you down very nicely. In comes the Vision Jet
Traffic. Traffic.
with Red Rough and Saw.
Altitude. Less than 1 mile.
How are you doing today? Are you on voice?
All great. I started late and was catching up.
Well, you've done very well. Wingnut is down. Wrong way is down. Step order.
Here I come. Here I come.
you're at the tail, mate.
Not quite. Not quite.
No, Lurker 49er. Dan,
I'm already down.
Dan, where are you?
I'm 2 miles out, no autopilot, and been trying to sort of do diagnosis and fly the aircraft at the same time. But I'm flying the glide slope. So I've got all instruments, but the autopilot does not want to control the aircraft.
Oh dear. I'm sorry to hear that. That's so frustrating when that happens.
I've probably done something wrong, but I'm gonna just restart at this airport once I land. So.
Yeah. You're going to choose maybe another aircraft?
No, it was fine on the previous flight, so you know I've probably just done something wrong, or it doesn't like restarting. So.
Wow, this lineup looks impressive, guys.
Ah, nice turnout. The more we have, the more carnage we can get.
Simulator Gamer Susie, welcome. Thank you very much. She's complimenting me on my landing. Tunesy, how are you, sir? You're not with us today. Well, we're gonna miss you, friend. Gamer Susie, are you flying with us today, or are you just on the chat? Right, time to get set up for the next leg. For those that need to dial in their instruments, you want to dial in the VOR India Oscar Oscar, which is 116.3. And the ILS is 111.5. There we go.
1163.
Yep. 116.3 is India Oscar Oscar, and the ILS, it's going to be an ILS approach runway 20. Once we're up and away, we will talk more about that. So what we want to do, guys, we want to depart runway 03, climb, hold runway heading until you're at 2,000 feet, and then we're turning direct towards the VOR India Oscar Oscar, and we can climb to 4,000 feet. It is quite a short hop, this one, guys. So it's only 30 odd nautical miles, and in aircraft like this, well, we're there in a jiffy. So when you're ready, let's go, guys.
And away we go.
All stressed.
I think the quietest live stream I've been on.
This is awesome. People are also waiting for each other to depart. Hey, hey, that's a first.
To do it the proper way.
Everybody's following everybody else.
Ah. But does everybody else know where he's going?
If they're waiting for me, they're going to be a bit sad because I haven't taken off yet. There goes Lurker 49er.
First one in a while where we've not been flying under bridges.
Indeed, something different.
Well, you never know. We could be in the clouds in a minute.
I got something special planned for the last leg, guys.
Terrific.
I didn't want to disappoint you.
You're so kind. You're so kind and gentle.
So true. Right, here we go. So hold it for 2,000 feet. Hold runway heading till you're at 2,000 feet, and then turn on track direct VOR India Oscar Oscar. Gear up.
Less than 1 mile. Traffic. 6 o'clock. 12 o'clock. Same altitude. Less than 1 mile. Traffic.
Lots of traffic warnings.
She's a bit noisy, isn't she?
Traffic warning 10 feet.
I must say, we got an absolutely fantastic turnout, guys.
Less than 1 mile. Traffic. 6 o'clock. Low. Less than 1 mile. Traffic.
I'm now climbing out with just over 1,000 feet.
Less than 1 mile. Traffic. 10 o'clock.
Gear away, flaps away.
Less than 1 mile. 12 o'clock. High. Less than 1 mile. Traffic. 3 o'clock. Same altitude. Less than 1 mile. Traffic.
Now coming up on 2,000, so now going to turn on track.
Traffic. 1 o'clock. High. Same altitude. Less than 1 mile. Traffic.
Traffic less than 1 mile. Traffic less than 1 mile.
Same altitude. Less than 1 mile. Traffic. 8 o'clock. Same altitude. Less than 1 mile. Traffic.
Tunesy is complaining, guys. He's saying that it's all highly professional and sensible. What the hell's going on?
That's because Tunesy's not here.
It's just not here.
That was too much of a coincidence to be untrue.
Okay, you only need to climb to 4,000 feet for this leg, guys. It's quite a short hop.
Traffic. 7 o'clock. High. Less than 1 mile.
Is anybody joining us for the first time? If you are, just give a quick shout out.
This is my first flight with you. My name's Dave. I'm from Iowa in the United States, and I'm flying the Piston Duke today.
And what do you think of the Piston Duke, Dave?
I absolutely love it so far.
It's stunning, isn't
really,
it?
Yes, it's very high performance, and it's very engaging to fly.
The Duke has been something I've been very keen on for. I had the mod in prepared, and I had it in FSX. I don't think I had it in X-Plane. I can't remember, but I don't think it was available in X-Plane, but I stand to be corrected. Anybody know?
Sorry, I don't know.
No, I don't know.
I don't think it was in X-Plane, but I had it in FSX, and I had it in prepared. It wasn't released officially for prepared, but you could get the FSX version basically to work with a slight mod. Of course, the developers of that aircraft, well, they don't exist anymore. There was two guys, and they split up, I think, if I remember correctly.
Mark, what speed are you cruising at?
I'm currently at 170 knots, but picking up speed now to 200.
I'm so glad I'm the only one in the Duke then.
The Chancellor, the 414, has a very good reputation as well. Mr. Rennie Koenig, what do you think of it?
Yeah, I got it recently and I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot of dials and buttons and things that are working. It's really nice.
Yeah, it got a lot of really good reviews, I must say.
It's my favourite airplane. Fly it a lot. I've probably done got about a quarter of the way around the world in it, in and amongst other aircraft.
Wow, really?
On a round the world flight, yeah. Done most of Africa in it. Quite a bit of South America. Currently somewhere in Turkey, no, somewhere near the Black Sea on a world tour but doing it. So yeah.
I can recommend something really nice to fly and simple, and that's the new Tomahawk. That is really nice to fly.
Yeah, I've got that. I like it too. But I have to be honest, do you know I still prefer the Piper Arrow 3 from Just Flight. That's just an incredible aircraft.
8 o'clock. Same altitude.
I haven't got that one. I mustn't buy anything else for a while.
Traffic. 7 o'clock.
I've heard that before, you know.
1 mile.
My wife tells me I can't buy anything else.
Which plane was it that you said, Mark? Piper what?
It's the Piper Arrow 3. Absolutely, it's from Just Flight. It's an absolutely fantastic aeroplane. It's not new. In fact, it was the first aircraft they brought out for Microsoft Flight Just Flight brought out for Microsoft Flight Simulator.
I think I have that.
Is that the turbo?
No, it's not the turbo.
Okay, because I have one, but I think it's Coronado's.
That's right. They did one as well. I've also got that.
Okay,
I believe that's the one I have.
Personally, I prefer the Just Flight to the Coronado in this case.
Just
that's
Flight.
because it's a turbo. That's why.
Just Flight. I've got two turbo variants, and well, there's the Turbo Arrow 3 and 4, which are sold together because they're basically identical, and there's the Arrow 3 is sold separately, or you can get a pack with all three of them in.
Yeah.
And then of course you got the BA 146.
That's not a Piper Arrow, though.
No, but it's very nice to fly.
Traffic. 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it's had good reviews. Personally, I'm not a fan, but can't dispute it's a great aircraft.
It's a tricky one, you've got to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, it tends to run away with you.
It does indeed. You're soapy about that as well.
Okay guys, as we get closer now, we're not far. In this case, what we want to do is more or less fly over the VOR, and we want to turn on a heading of 005 degrees, and we want to head out for a distance of, I think it's 6.5 nautical miles away from the VOR before a right-hand turn and pick up the ILS for approach runway 20 on a heading of 201. ILS frequency is 111.50.
To the more seasoned gentle pilots, is there anything special I need to do to get the glide slope on the instrument on the left, apart from tuning the frequency?
The CDI button, probably.
Where?
Make sure the line's green and not pink.
Which GPS are you flying, René?
I think it's the GNS 430.
And
If you
does it
remember-
show GPS or
if you ever-
VLOG?
VLOG.
What?
That's good.
Yeah. You need to have the course selected to get on the CDI to make it.
Okay, I'm approaching
Yeah,
about
okay,
4
thanks.
nautical miles from VOR India Oscar Oscar, and I'm just going to start pulling back on the power now, guys. I'm going to just slow it down, probably in the region of about 160, thereabouts, 170, to make the turn, and then I'm going to head out on a heading of 5 degrees for that 6.5 nautical miles. and then I'm going to be ready to do a sharp turn to the right base and almost immediately onto, or very quickly onto final.
Traffic, 12 o'clock.
How's everybody doing? All right?
Terrified.
I think I'm just
Going good.
8.5 miles out.
Concentrating.
All good, thanks, mate. All good.
So far, so good.
Okay, as you turn on 5 degrees, guys, you need to start descending to 2,000 feet.
Traffic, 5 o'clock. Low, less than 1 mile. Same altitude. Traffic, less than 1 mile. 4 o'clock. Same altitude. Less than 1 mile. Low, traffic, less than 1 traffic. 3 o'clock. Low, less than 1 mile.
So we can just have a quick look here. There we are. There's the runway, and we're going to head out here and then loop round, pick up the ILS.
Traffic, 4 o'clock. Low.
Going to pick up about 6.5 nautical miles here,
6 o'clock.
and that will be my signal to turn.
Traffic, 6 o'clock. Low.
So on a heading of roughly 5 degrees from the VOR, we're going to head out 6.5 nautical miles, and then we're going to loop round, change frequency to the ILS frequency, which is 111.5, change our CDI to localizer 1 or nav 1, and hit approach, and we're ready to go.
For anyone who's flying the 414 with the GNS 530, then you will need to dial in the course for the ILS approach manually, generally speaking.
Roger, thank you.
Yeah, you'll need to do that for the TBM as well. Dial the course in manually.
Okay.
3 o'clock. Low. 2 miles. Traffic. 2 o'clock. High. 2 miles.
5.5 nautical miles. We'll be making the turn shortly.
Traffic. 11 o'clock. Same altitude.
I'm on base.
11 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Same altitude. Low.
Just about to turn final.
Traffic. 10 o'clock. Low. Less than 1 mile. Traffic. 9 o'clock. Low. Less than 1 mile.
I'm now turning base.
I'm turning final.
Switched to my active nav to lock 1, showing lock 1 because I've put in the ILS frequency in nav 1 as 111.5.
2 o'clock. Same altitude. 3 miles. Traffic. 6 o'clock. Same altitude. Less than 1 mile. Traffic. 2 o'clock. Same altitude. Less than 1 mile. 2 o'clock. Same altitude. Less than 1 mile. Traffic. Same altitude. Traffic. Less than 1 mile. 4 o'clock. Traffic. Same altitude. 1 o'clock. Less than 1 mile. Traffic. 1 o'clock. Same altitude. 1 mile.
There's the approach. I've just picked up the approach. Now turning final.
2 o'clock. Same altitude. 1 mile. Traffic. 7 o'clock. Same altitude.
I have the runway visual. Gonna pick
Same
up
thing
the
happened again.
Gonna pick up the glide slope. Oh, I was a bit late on hitting that approach, but we should be able to correct.
Traffic. 8 o'clock.
Flaps to 1 and gear down.
1 mile. Traffic. 4 o'clock. Same altitude. Less than 1 mile. Traffic. 10
Paul
o'clock.
Horn, how are you doing, my friend? Nice to have you with us. Thank you very much. Blackjack,
2 o'clock.
hello and welcome.
Less than 1
Ted C. Nice to have you with us, sir. Thanks for tuning in.
Same altitude. Less than 1 mile.
I'm on final. How are you guys doing?
Just
Right
about
behind
to
you.
grab it.
Yeah, it's turning right base.
Now slowing down.
Traffic. 12 o'clock. Same altitude. Less than 1 mile.
The same thing happened again. It's like something hit the airplane and then everything just went berserk.
You're not overspeeding, eh?
Turning for final.
Flaps for landing now. All the way down. Add a bit of power. One thing in the TBM 930 on approach, you don't want to get much slower than 100 knots because she gets very sloppy and difficult to manage.
I'm down.
Somebody's right underneath me. Oops, autopilot off.
I think that's me, Mark. 3D.
Okay, yeah, I think you are directly below me. Let me have a look. No, I can't see you. You might be just in front of me. You are. Slow Sabenza, yeah?
Clock. Same altitude. Less than 1 mile.
Well, that's
No,
me.
Ruth, tell me.
I'm following Slow Sabenza in.
6 o'clock. Same altitude. Traffic. Less than 1 mile. 6 o'clock. Same altitude. Less
Power
than 1
off.
mile. Traffic. 12 o'clock. Traffic. Same altitude. 12 o'clock. Less than 1 mile. Traffic.
Oh, a little squirrely.
Same
Little bit
altitude.
squirrely.
1
A
mile.
little bit of crosswind on this one.
Yeah. And if you stop in time, just take the first off-ramp, guys. This camera, really. I wish Microsoft would sort it out. Here we come. Simmeister's down. How are you doing, sir? Glass Prism's down. Tankbert, how are you, sir? And you're down. Nice. Retriever Neil is down. And Nico's down. Jarhead coming down. How are you, sir? That's a little bouncy, but you're down.
Everyone hitting the brakes super hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, where is everybody? Well done, everybody. That's our second and last ILS approach. Fantastic.
Mayhem comes on leg 3.
So what we're going to do is just quickly discuss the next leg. I think everybody's down.
Not yet.
No?
Short final.
I shall await then.
I'm still catching up from my late start, but I'm 6 miles out.
Are you down, Stephen?
I am now.
Good man. Wow, what a fantastic view.
We could set up a TBM for sales here, make a bunch of it.
Yeah, you'd certainly do well selling spares for landing gear.
Yeah.
We should be an aerobatic team, I think.
Okay, the next leg. This is in 2 stages. We're going to fly directly to VOR Kilo Lima Oscar. The frequency is 113.00, and we want to climb to. It said. My narrative said flight level 110, 11,000 feet, but ATC have requested altitude change for this leg, so we're going to fly to 1,300 feet, guys. So flight level 130, so just another 2,000 feet, and about 10 nautical miles, 15 to 10 nautical miles prior to VOR Kilo Lima Oscar, descend to flight level 110. So we're going to maintain flight level 110 over VOR Kilo Lima Oscar, but initial climb to flight level 130. Now once we get to Kilo Lima Oscar, we're going to fly overhead, and we're going to turn on a heading of about 300 degrees, 302 degrees, direct to Papa Romeo Victor Echo. It's a small strip, and we need to descend to 1,500 feet. Now the heading of about 302, you need to be fairly accurate with that because you have high ground to your left as you descend, so you've got to be careful you don't descend into the high ground. And there is a DME, that is distance measuring equipment, so it won't give you a heading per se, but it will give you a distance to Romeo Papa Victor Echo, and that is on 113.40. Everybody confused, or we okay?
Totally.
All good.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I think if you want to add to the confusion, there's also an NDB at 379 hertz.
Yeah, no, I left that one out deliberately.
Alright, I'll ignore it then.
Okay, so we're going to climb out, guys. We're going to head directly to Kilo Lima Oscar, and we're going to climb to flight level 130. When you're ready, let's go.
I thought it was flight level 110.
ATC have requested a change, sir.
Sorry.
So we're going to fly at 130, but before we get to Kilo Lima Oscar, descend to flight level 110.
Roger.
Gear is gone. And right hand turn to track back on course, guys. Flaps away.
Traffic. 6 o'clock. Same altitude. Less than 1 mile. Traffic. 12 o'clock.
That's amazing seeing all you guys taking off. It looks fantastic.
12 o'clock. I. Less than 1 mile.
Should look at the traffic jam on the taxiway. It's quite nice.
Ah, short field takeoff.
Yeah, a little bit shorter, but still plenty.
Clock. Low.
That just makes it more interesting.
And for those of you in the TBM 930, your climb should comfortably be initially at 2,500 or 2,000 feet per minute up to 13. Shouldn't be a problem, guys. I'm coming up on 3,000 feet and we're going to be climbing through the soup again and get on top of it, and we should be between two cloud layers. Boulder Sim, how are you, sir?
Struggling.
I see you're still on the runway.
Nothing working.
What is the engine cut or? Certainly a lot less chatter today than normal, guys. Everybody concentrating.
Yeah.
Mark, do you know if there are any updates on the Pimax Lite?
I know they have announced they're about to start shipping against the initial pre-orders in the next couple of weeks, but I don't have the details. Pimax have indicated they're going to send me one, but again, I can't get any details at this stage.
So no one is online which already has one?
Not that I'm aware of, no. Nobody actually has one at this stage.
Yeah, I know. I found on the website that you're starting a world tour in coming next week or so?
Yeah, I think they're going to Dortmund in Germany first, but then they were then going to come to the UK and what have you, but it appears that those dates have been set back to later in June or July. So I don't quite know the status at this point.
Yeah, I have an appointment in Dortmund next Sunday.
That's right. That's the first road show.
Yeah, just a 2-hour drive for me, so I have an appointment for that one.
Ah, I bet you're looking forward to that. I'm envious.
Yeah, I'm looking for a replacement for my HP reverb.
Yeah, and the Crystal Light is likely to be the perfect candidate for that.
Is it still unknown how long the HP reverb will be usable on Windows?
It's not, but if you're staying on Windows 10, I'm not sure that there's too much of a time limit at all. On Windows 11, I think the update is out or about to come out soon, and that won't have Windows Mixed Reality built into it. Whether or not it's going to be available separately from the Microsoft Store, I'm not sure. If it is available, it will be free, obviously.
So the chances are that the Reverb G2 won't be usable anymore after that date.
If you're going to stick with the standard Windows, it's not going to have the Windows Mixed Reality portal in Windows 11 after the update. And I'm not sure, but I think the update's fairly imminent. But whether or not it's going to be available as an add-on through the Windows Store, through Microsoft, I'm genuinely not. I'm not sure. There was no indication it would, but by the same token, there was no indication it wouldn't.
Well, let's hope the Crystal Light would be a good follow-up on that one then.
Yeah, for sure. What GPU have you got?
i9 12th generation and a 3070 GPU.
Okay. Yeah. Should be okay for the Crystal Light.
I'll hope so.
Right, guys, I'm up to 13,000 feet and gonna set cruise for about 200 knots.
My big news, thank you, Mark, is that I got one of the first 50 of the FlightSim.com yokes on order.
Oh, did you? Fantastic.
Yeah, I blame you. I saw your review and it pushed me over the edge.
Oh dear, I do apologize. Yeah, I was so excited by it, I must say. I'm flying with it now. I'm using it now.
Cannot wait.
And it's just a completely different experience, and it really adds to the immersion. And of course it's absolutely awesome in VR as well. How many of you guys have jumped onto one of the ATC programs?
I've got Beyond ATC.
Yeah, great program. I've got it. Really good. Anybody else got Beyond ATC?
Yes, I have Beyond ATC. It's great.
Yeah, it's really good, and being updated, it's got a few problems as you'd expect with a new release, but the updates are coming fast and furious, so really good. Anybody on Say Intentions?
I think I'll wait till Flight Sim 2024 is out and see what happens in there by default, and then see if something like Beyond ATC would be needed.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate. I've got both, and I really enjoy both. But Say Intentions is just stunning in that you for VFR. That's where Say Intention's strength lies as far as I'm concerned, because you can change, alternate, choose a different airport, that type of thing. But if you're sticking to your flight plan, then Beyond ATC is absolutely no problem at all. So as we fly to VOR Kilo Lima Oscar, just keep your eye on the distance away, and at about 10 to 15, depending on what rate of descent you choose, start heading down, and you want to fly over Kilo Lima Oscar VOR at flight level 110.
Flight level 110. Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Then once we fly over, guys, we're going to turn on a heading of 302 degrees and descend to 1500 feet. Don't wander too far to the left of that, because you've got high ground as you descend on your left hand side, and it's going to be a visual approach, runway 06. So we're going to fly over the airport, which is Romeo Papa Victor Echo, and at 1500 feet fly over it and then turn right heading downwind, follow the coast, and then loop round for a visual approach landing runway 06. No ILS for this one, just a standard ILS. I'm about 15 nautical miles away, and I'm going to start a slow descent to 11,000 feet, flight level 110.
I believe I'm bringing up the rear this time, since I had trouble with my autopilot.
What you flying, sir?
The TBM 930.
Hoodlum, I see you there. You're my wingman today at this stage.
Yeah, I've been for a while.
Wow. Hope you're
I'm
enjoying
keeping
the
an eye
flight.
on you.
3 o'clock. Same altitude. Less than 1
Right,
mile.
Yeah, it's great to be flying with you all again.
Any of you guys going to FS Expo? I'm going to be there. It's going to be my first time to go to FS Expo in the States. Really looking forward to it. If any of you are there, please come and say hello. I'd love to meet you guys in person. Be a real privilege. James, you're asking me when am I going to be off to Las Vegas? About a week before the event. I'm going to be going with my wife, doing a bit of a holiday. We're going to do Grand Canyon, that sort of thing, and actually finish the holiday with the FS Expo show. Any of you guys flying with me today, going to FS Expo?
No,
I would like to go there, but I'm going to be in England myself.
We're probably crossing paths.
Traffic. 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I'd love to go. I don't have the kind of funds it would need.
Yeah, it's not cheap. I'm in the UK, and it's really expensive. I couldn't justify it just for the show, but as part of a holiday, you know.
Yeah, vacation, I can see
yeah,
that.
Makes it worthwhile.
I'm actually just about missing it, Mark. I'm also going on holiday. Right about the same time as you do. But seems like our road trip just is like six or 7 days early.
Yeah. Yeah,
Pity,
it happened. But you know, there's always next year. I'm not sure I'll be going next year. I won't be able to afford it. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, because the flight sim show in the UK seems to have just disappeared, and there's just no news. I don't think Just Flight's that keen on being the host, or they're finding difficulty getting support. I'm not sure which. So yeah, next year I might do Leystad though.
Traffic, 11 o'clock.
I can't recall what that it's the show at Leystad. What's that called?
I personally never heard of it.
The one in the Netherlands. It's held at Leystad Airport, I believe.
Isn't the FS Elite, is it something like that?
Or Flight Sim Weekend. I don't know.
That's it. Flight Sim Weekend. Bang on. That's
Yes.
exactly what it's called. I might be doing that next year.
Great.
Right, I'm overhead at 11,000 feet, and I'm now going to start dropping down to 1,500 feet as we head towards our next landing. Again, a reminder, don't go down too quickly, guys, because you've got some high ground that's going to be to your left.
What's the safety elevation on that?
I'm going to drop down at about 1,500 feet from the VOR a minute, and that should bring me down quite comfortably. If I'm a little high, I can always increase it just towards the back end.
Were you able
Right,
to
it's
sort out?
tending to.
Sorry, say again?
Yeah, sorry, Mark. Were you able to sort out your Whirlpool pedal so you could use them on your depth of reality rig?
I haven't yet. I'm using them on my static rig. I must say I really, really enjoy them. I genuinely.
Yeah.
But I've got the wrong the wrong bits on the end. I'm going to get hold of Whirlpool and see if I can't see that they sell it separately. I've had a look.
They might send you a pair.
I'm gonna contact them and see if they will send me a pair, because if I can get the military heel rest,
Yeah,
then,
you want the
then
ones
they'll
with
fit.
like the helicopter, you know, the sort of oval, and then the foot pedal above. They fit perfect.
Yeah. I'm not sure about this about the CLS 60 fitting that onto the DOF. I have ordered an aluminium plate. It should be here Wednesday or Thursday to help me fit it to the DOF or to my static rig, because it is quite long. I'm not sure I'm going to put it on the DOF rig. I still got to make that decision, and it's mainly a weight factor. You know, it's 9 kgs.
Yeah, well, I've got the Brunner, which is like 5 and a bit, and on a steel plate, and that's fine. But like you say, it's a fair old lump of metal, isn't it? That the new FSB yoke you use it.
Yeah, it's 9 kg, and that's quite a lot of weight. And of course, weight balance is a big thing on a motion rig. And
all you could do is say maybe counterweight it at the back on your seat with some static weights, if you're worried about it.
Yeah, I'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm going to try it and see how I feel about it, and make a decision from there.
There are some quite big chaps on those rigs, so they're built to take a fair old bit of weight. As say, it's just balance. Those.
Yeah, I believe they're built for up to 300 kg, I think, or something like that.
It's a fair bit. Yeah, you look about the same size as me, not particularly big. So there should be some leeway. I would have. Well, as I say, the Brunner on mine, and I've got a steel plate under my feet as well, and it works. I haven't had any trouble at all.
Traffic,
Yeah, I've done a measurement with the Whirlpool rudders, and if I get the military footplate, I'm not sure I'm going to need a steel plate, a plate on the rudder. I think it'll fit directly.
No, I only put the steel plate is so I can rest my heels and they don't poke through the little cut out holes that are in the foot plate. It was just for comfort for me.
Ah, right, with you.
It will fit on the plate underneath because I had it before the bit of plate came. But it was just to make it so you can rest your heels. I've started flying in DCS, the helicopters, and they advise you keep your heels on the deck when you're flying to try and minimise overconfidence.
Yeah. I keep my heels on the plate itself, and only put them in the footrests when I'm needing the brakes. But it's a bit awkward with these. These are really the airliner style pedals.
Yeah. When I got mine, it came with a couple of sets. I don't know, just the one I picked.
Yeah, I saw that. There is a set that's got both. But hindsight's always a great thing, isn't it?
Absolutely. I dare say they will send you a pair. It's good advertising for them, isn't it? And it's good gear. It is good gear, especially with the little dampener.
Oh, the Whirlpool. I would have been very disappointed with these rudder pedals, to be honest with you, if I didn't have the damper. But with the damper, it absolutely transforms them into, I think I can say, in all honesty, the best rudder pedals I've used, which is saying something. I've used quite a large number of rudder pedals, including the Thrustmaster TPR.
Good.
But I've seen a couple of comments on my video that there's a dampener mod kit available for the Thrustmaster TPR as well, so that's interesting too. That's got me thinking.
I can't imagine it'd be very hard to do because basically they're like a motorbike steering damp. You know, like having a motorbike. Stop you getting, the old slappy tank when you're going too far.
That's exactly what they are. You can pick them up for about £20 from AliExpress or eBay.
Now, I've had a look at the pickies, and it looks exactly the same as the dampener with the Whirlpool, but there's just a different holding to hold the dampener onto the actual plate itself. But the ones that I looked at looked like they were 3D printed, and I'm not keen on that. I'm not sure that would be strong enough for that use case.
I think that depends on the material you're using for 3D printing. PLA, most likely not, yes.
Yeah, I agree.
It sounds like they've copied the Fanatec Club Sport pedals because they have dampers on as well, and it completely changes the throttle and brake.
Yeah, no, it really does make such a difference. Okay, so we're going to fly over, and then we're going to, once we're over, we're going to turn downwind, heading of about 230, 240, and then we're going to do basically a 180 for line up runway 06 and follow the coastline basically on your way in. Landing runway 06. I have the runway in sight. I'm going to fly over and then head downwind.
Traffic, 1 o'clock, same altitude, less than
I'm going to come down to 1,000 feet now.
Looks like somebody is already down there.
Yeah, I sped in.
Red Ruffensaur is on the runway.
Oops. Yeah. He's down quick.
Parachute.
He went straight in.
Do I suspect slew mode? Not at all.
Who's slow mode?
The inevitable Y key, sir.
Oh, a Waikiki. That's something else.
Well, you know we didn't have a bio break yet, so.
A bio break? What do you mean, food?
Or a pee break.
A pee break? All right, yes, I understand that one all too well.
Well, we can have a very short break here, not a problem. Right. Autopilot off and let's loop round. Flaps down 1. Oh, nose is jumping up. Nose is jumping up there. Let's bring her down.
Keep talking, Mark. I'm just following your instructions at the moment. Flaps down. What's next?
Parachute on.
Parachute. Approach the door.
Gear down.
Red on, green on, go.
Runway in sight. Little bit low. Got one stage of flaps down. Just feeding in a bit of trim now. Flaps to full. And here we go.
Traffic, 6 o'clock, high, less than 1 mile.
Looking good. Glass prism, I'm following you in, sir.
Traffic, 12 o'clock, same altitude.
Power off.
Traffic, 12 o'clock.
We're down. Oof, that kicked the yoke. Mind the buildings. Somebody just did a bounce.
Excitement, I think.
Steve Tees, you're down. Nice landing by the looks of it, sir. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Slow Sabenza coming in. Nice. Beauty. Jarhead coming in. Soapy with the vision jets down. Oh, we have a real traffic jam here, guys. Whoa! Okay, guys. The next one's also a visual landing, visual approach, and the ILS, the VOR that you're looking for is 117.1. So let's plug that one in.
1171.
Okay, so we're going to depart from runway 06 that we landed on, and we're going to I've got runway 4 here, there's a typo there, runway 6, and then we're going to climb to 8,000 feet, heading direct to the VOR Sierra Alpha Juliet on 117.10. So that's fairly straightforward. However, we're going to up the ante a little bit when you reach 8,000 feet and you're in cruise. What I want you guys to do is go to your weather settings and once you've got your weather up on the right hand side, you'll see precipitation, and what I want you guys to do is move the precipitation up to 0.10. Not now, once you're at cruise, move it up to 0.10. Precipitation is the top one on the right hand side, and that's the plan, so that we're going to add a little bit of extra into the last landing, and that is having a little bit of rain to accompany us. If anybody's looking for a comfort break, now the next minute or two, and then we're going to be away. And in the interim, what we can do is just taxi towards the end of the runway for, well, in fact, do we need to? It's quite a long runway. I don't know if you guys see it, but I've got a bit of a graphics glitch. It goes very, very light towards the other end of the runway. You got that as well?
Yeah, I've got it as well.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, the first half is dark.
Okay, so we can just taxi on. It's quite a long runway. I think we can just taxi onto the runway, guys. We should be okay. Flaps down 1 for takeoff. And on takeoff, we're climbing to 8,000 feet. Heading directly on VOR 117.1.
Ouch.
Yeah, that was me you hit. or
I know, it wasn't an accident.
Oh, brilliant. Well, I'm not sure. In fact, it was me turning onto the runway, so it was me who hit you. So
I thought you were going the wrong way.
No, going the right way.
Are we going on 06?
We are. But I don't need to go right to the beginning.
Right.
There's enough runway for me to get off from this first taxiway, I think, so it should be okay. So just to summarize, guys, 8,000 direct VOR 117.10, which is Sierra Alpha Juliet, and at 8,000 then put your, and we should be between the cloud layers, turn your precipitation to 0.10, and we'll talk more from there. So let's get away.
Traffic. 6 o'clock. Same altitude. Less than 1 mile. Traffic. Traffic. 12 o'clock. Same altitude. Less than 1 mile. Traffic. Traffic. 6 o'clock.
The one thing that I do notice about the force feedback yoke is particularly on takeoff. Wow, what a feeling. You really feel that runway.
Does the new one that you've got, Mark, give you the pressure on the ailerons? So if you get a side wind, it starts twisting to think about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've also reduced the forward force on the yoke so that the elevators don't fall forward when I land. Or when I'm, not when I land, but when I'm on the ground.
Yeah, because it's not every plane does that, do they?
No, not all the planes, no. So climb to 8,000. And in the TBM you should be able to do that very comfortably at a 2,000, 2,500 feet per minute.
Mark, if you're flying in VR, do you use mixed reality from time to time? And if so, did you find a way to include your GNS 530 display in that?
No, I haven't. I can't find a way to get the GNS 530 display. But I use the display in the cockpit, but I use the I either use the actual flight sim builder unit itself so I can change the dials, or I use the Octavi, which is quite good because I can switch between PFD and MFD. It's quite easy to find because it's got a little pimple so you know exactly where the buttons are, so it's quite easy to find. Was there something else you asked? I'm not
Yeah, because I just built some two G1000 units myself, and I can make them work if I fly 2D. But as soon as I switch to virtual reality and then mixed reality, the screen content is frozen.
Oh, really? Interesting. No, that I wasn't aware of. Because if I'm in VR and because you're using popped out panels.
Correct.
I don't know, you know, because on my Flight Sim Builder GNS 530, I don't have the I don't bother popping out the panel because I don't need to, because I can't see it anyway. So I've got all the functionality, but the screen is blank because I haven't popped out the panel because I don't need it. So I've never popped out the panel in VR.
Yeah, and with mixed reality, you could see the panel actually, which could add to the immersion from my point of view.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw my video on the mixed reality window. that
Yeah,
would,
I did. I'm using something else. I'm using open kneeboard because I don't
Yeah.
want to readjust the window for the look through all the time.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you do need to adjust it each time you start up. But it does work really well, eh? I must say.
What
Yeah,
do
I
you
also
say for
think with the
precipitation?
Go ahead.
So what was it for precipitation?
0.10.
Cheers.
So once you're at cruise, guys, leave everything as it is, but just change your precip to 0.10, and that will create some rain when you get below the clouds. You shouldn't have rain at this altitude, obviously. So yeah, and it just makes that final approach in more difficult. We're going to be landing at Romeo Papa Uniform Hotel. It's a visual approach, and it's we are landing runway 10. So as we head towards the VOR, as you are about 20 nautical miles away, you want to start descending to 1,000 feet, but don't drop like a brick because you've got some high ground coming up. And you want to head slightly to the left of the airport, and then go in for a visual approach, because we're actually landing from the opposite side to which we're approaching the runway, if that makes sense.
Less than 1 mile. Traffic, 11 o'clock. Same altitude. Less than
So it's a
1
right-hand circuit.
It is, sir. It is right-hand traffic. Yep. So again, keep an eye on your distance. Wait till about 20 nautical miles, and you can start a descent to either 1,000 or 1,500 feet, whatever is your preference, and keep the airport to your right, and as we drop down below 4,000 feet, so we're going to pick up some rain. Again, it is a bit random, so most of us should get rain anyway, and we want to fly past the runway, past the airport, and then we're just going to loop round for a visual approach.
Traffic, 12 o'clock. Same altitude. Less than 1 mile. Traffic, 1 o'clock. Same altitude. Less than 1 mile.
I'm just slowing down. I'm going a little bit too fast here.
Mark, did you say 1,000 feet?
Yeah. 1,000 or 1,500, whatever is your preference.
Okay. Just checking. It's 2,000 on the instruction.
Yeah. But you know my instructions, they're always variable.
I understand. Trust me, I do.
I've got Paulus, Tech Sky Jumper, and Lurker 49 in front of me, and just about everybody else behind me. Boulder Sim, you're back with us again. You get that sorted.
Oh, I've been having some terrible trouble, Mark.
What's the problem?
Oh, throttle not working. Oh.
I just looked behind me and I can see a Hudson in a Vision Jet right up my tailpipe.
Oh, James, have you sneaked in? James, you've been spotted, my man. The game is up.
trying to hide behind me, I think.
Yeah,
And
I wonder if he's enabled the rain.
I can't stand the rain.
Is this the mayhem part of the flight?
It is.
So did I give you away there, James?
You did.
The game is up, James. You were spotted.
I've been stealthing all this way, Mark, and you found me out.
You can blame Dan for that. He spotted you.
I just had to join in one way or the other.
Brilliant. Well, you're very welcome. Where?
Thanks.
Oh, I see you there. You're behind Dan.
Yeah, I'm just tailing Dan. Hopefully he's got the right route, otherwise I'm buggered.
Don't forget to enable your scattered clouds and precipitation to 0.10 to make it interesting.
Rightio.
Where is that setting, Mark? I can't find that in weather.
Enable your weather. Open your weather.
No, precipitation. Yeah, I've got the weather open.
Okay. On the right-hand side is altitude calculation at the top. Yeah?
Yes.
Right below that.
Yep.
Precipitation. Set that. It says precipitation inches stroke H, yeah?
No, I'm looking at another picture.
Oh.
I've got coverage, density, scatter, altitude top, altitude bottom.
No, are you still clicked on the cloud?
Might be. Hang on.
Yeah.
I can't unclick on the cloud.
There's a little X above where it says cloud
Just
on the right hand side above the text.
click on the X of cloud cover on the right hand.
Cloud layer. Yep, got it. Okay, now we're here. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you, Dan.
What we got? Scattered cloud.
Scattered clouds, yeah.
Yeah. Something else I've learned.
Mark, have you got a setting for that horrible nagging woman in your ear? I had a problem myself.
I'm going to tell my wife you said that.
Oh dear. Oh, well, there you go.
James.
It's called a Weberly 45.
If you go into the main menu and find the transponder settings on the G5000, then if you turn it down so it's just on transponder or transponder out, I think it is out settings, and not on the ADSB. So I think it's like the second one down out of the 4 settings, or the second one up. But that will turn off the nagging woman.
Or Fly the Chancellor, you don't have that.
Fly the Chancellor, you don't have that, yeah. PC12 as well.
I don't see it.
Can you find the transponder settings?
Yeah.
There should be like 4 different settings there.
I got altitude reporting on and standby.
Yeah, so if you have just to have it on alt, then that should turn. I think it's there.
No, I am just on alt reporting. That's all.
And you still got the nagging woman.
Yeah. Anyway, last leg, so not to worry.
Yeah. It is somewhere in the transponder settings, but it might be a different menu.
Okay, guys. So we're now approaching landfall. You want to be aiming to be slightly right of the VOR, and you want to be descending. When you're level with the airport, you want to be at about 1,500 feet, or perhaps even as low as 1,000. I'm currently at 5,800 feet and descending.
Well done, you're way high. I'm not following you.
Yeah, I'm still 17 miles out from the airport, so I don't want to hit the ground before the airport.
I'm gonna follow Soapy instead. Hopefully David's got an eye on it.
Yeah, David always knows what he's doing.
Famous last words. Famous last words. Just follow me, chaps. I'm right behind you.
We won't mention the ILS problems last night, will we, David?
No, we won't. I've got a similar problem this evening. Is actually getting the it's just ignorance of the controls. Is getting the course control for the VORs. You know, to set the course. I can set the radio okay, but setting the course to flies has escaped me.
What you need to do is when you want to go to heading, change your active nav away from FMS to VOR1 or 2, whatever your preference is.
Yeah, I've been doing that, okay, yeah.
And then rotate the course.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Ah.
When you say rotate the course, I can't find it where I do that. There's no button.
What aircraft are you flying?
I'm in the Vision Jet.
Ah, okay.
Oh, it's automatic in the Vision Jet, I believe, David.
No, when I switched to the VOR, it's not pointing in the right direction.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Because what I've done in the
trouble, but I don't know.
What I've done in the TBM, just to help me align with the runway and what have you, my VOR1 is on 117.1. I'm flying on heading mode. I've changed my active nav to VOR1 and turned the cursor to we're landing runway 10, so turn the cursor to 100, and that won't be 100% accurate, but it'll be close enough to give me an indication I'm heading towards the runway.
Yeah. I know what to do. It's just actually being able to switch. It's just to get the course control. I don't know where it is, where the control is.
I can't help you with the Vision Jet, I'm afraid.
No, it's okay.
You can't find the right knob.
No, well, of course, the Vision Jet hasn't got knobs really for this sort of stuff. It's you're dealing with the
tone here.
you're dealing with touch screens.
I'm pretty.
There are a couple of knobs, but I can't find one that actually deals with the course. I will. I mean, I just got to take time to do it.
Yeah.
But I won't be doing it when I'm flying.
Anybody?
So Mark. Oh, sorry, go on, Mark. Go on.
I'm just saying, anybody picking up some rain?
Yeah.
Yep.
No?
A little, yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, it's belting on.
Sorry, James, you were saying?
What do people think about Sim Update 15? Do you think it will release on the 23rd? Coming out, I did ask a question in chat, but I think, it's quite busy. Like, you don't think it will release?
No.
23rd?
No.
Oh.
Maybe, I hope I'm wrong, but I doubt it. They're having a real problem with an Xbox freeze problem.
Oh.
I hope they do, but I think they won't.
In the last update, Mark, they've got rid of the memory management changes for the Xbox, which were causing an issue. So the last release doesn't have those changes.
Oh,
definitely go back to the March one I heard somewhere.
Okay, guys, we're in real IFR conditions now. We should be hitting that rain quite heavily. So here we go.
Yeah, I'm getting it good.
Again, you need to use that VOR to give you an indication of where the runway is, because you will still have visibility of it, but you could get visibility very late. I'm down to 1,000 feet. I'm just across from the runway and I can't see it.
No.
I think there's going to be some interesting landings on this one.
You said 0.1 millimeters or 1.0?
0.1.
Because that's not very much.
It's quite a lot.
Yeah, I've got visibility of the
0.12, and I can see the runway.
I'm the same. So no rain.
Yeah. Yeah, if you turn it up to about 10, then that makes it fun.
Traffic, 3 o'clock, same altitude.
I can't even see the runway.
500.
Yeah, and you said this was a visual approach.
Yeah, below about 3, then there isn't that much rain and you can see the ground quite clearly.
Gear down. I can see 0.
It's just clacked in from.
Have you got different? Are you in millimeters or inches?
Inches.
Ah, right. Okay. So we need to convert 0.1 inches, so that'll be 2.5 millimeters. Well, no, it'll be 2.5 millimeters.
20,
so 2.5 if you're metric.
25 is an inch, isn't it?
Yeah. So 2.54 millimeters will be equivalent to 0.1 inch.
So on that we've got the range. So on the at each mile you should be, what is it, 300 feet at about 100 knots?
Yeah, I've got visual. I'm coming in. I am flying it like I stole it though, but hey. Oh goodness, I'm following Paddy Coolin.
Sounds like a Boney M song.
I'm down. Whew, that was a bit hectic.
Do we have to come down on the runway?
No, runways are purely optional in my fly-ins, you know that.
Okay, that's good. They're good to know because it's iffy for me. Coming in a little sideways.
I got a nice rainbow.
Come on in, guys. The water is absolutely wonderful. Yeah, I've got a reasonable downpour here. Definitely a reasonable downpour.
Yeah, Mark, the people that aren't getting it is because they've got metric settings. So the 0.1 inch, if you've got metric, you need to put it to 2.5 millimeters.
Yeah, good point.
It's really hard to discriminate strobe lights and the runway lights.
Glass prisms down, Steve T's down. Looker 49, looking good, sir. Dutch Airways, you're down. Not sure if you're going to stop in time, but you're down.
Barely.
Tank Bird's down. How are you doing, sir? Nice, nice.
Boy, I get your heart rate up.
Hey, Mark, good morning.
How are you keeping? All right?
Oh, yeah.
Good man.
Just made it.
Mr. Step Order, where are you going, sir?
I don't know.
You've just gone past the runway.
Yeah.
Limes Fly VR, you are down, nice and tidy. Wrong way 53, you're down, nice.
And right side up this time.
2 Chancellors coming in.
was really hairy.
Nice. Sol is down, the Chancellor, Baldersim, Horace, Ben, Retriever Neil, all down. Hey James, you're down, nice. And Tony, you're down as well, sir.
Quite stressful.
It's quite a hard one, isn't it?
Yeah, very nice indeed.
But we wouldn't want it all easy, would we?
Quiet.
Gone to sleep tonight.
If it was easy, it would be one of Mark's flights, would it?
No.
What an amazing view, guys. Unbelievable. I'm just pulling back, having a look at everything. It's stunning. Absolutely stunning. Stephen, how are you doing? Are you down yet, sir?
Almost. Almost.
If in doubt, get rid of the rain.
I did.
Well, guys, that I just wanted to know what you guys thought of this. A little different to the normal Simhanger Mad Dash. But I'm thinking we might do this sort of thing occasionally. What do you guys think? You like it? You don't like it? I'd welcome any feedback.
It was
occasionally, yes.
I thought it was pretty good, Mark.
Love it, love it.
Great exercise.
Right up my street. Right up my street. I love it.
Definitely, Mark. And I think I didn't enjoy it, but I learnt more today than I trying to deal with this stuff than I've learnt in any other day. I think so. It's good for that purpose alone.
Oh, well, thank you for that. And that was a little bit of the intention, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Was, you know, there's a deliberate mix of a little bit of a procedure, the odd ILS. We won't do this all the time, obviously, but from time to time we will bring in the navigation side, and slowly but surely we'll step it up.
Yep.
Now, there's no fly-in in June, guys. I'm going to be away on holiday, as I mentioned earlier, and FS Expo, etc. So unfortunately no fly-in for June, but there will be one in July, obviously, and I'll post on Discord probably early July the details there and what have you. So let's just have a quick spin for the competition. And it's not coming up.
Can you sense the collective bated breath?
Yeah, I can't see the thing. For some reason it's just not switching.
Yeah, I'm watching the stream. It's come up, Mark, on the stream.
Oh,
it's,
it's up on the screen, but I can't see it, which is a bit awkward. Okay, I see it on the screen. That's fine. Let me try. Sorry about this, guys, but OBS has got a completely blank screen, which makes it more challenging. Right, let's open.
I think I won.
My good lady has diligently placed all the names there. Thank you very much to Sue for all the work she does behind the scenes for these fly-ins. And we're going to have a quick spin. It's a £25, $25 €25 gift voucher. Let's have a quick spin and see if we've got a winner. And we've got a winner, Dutch Airways. Are you with us, sir?
Yes, I am, Mark. Thank you.
Well, fantastic. Well done. If you send me a personal message on Discord, are you PC or Xbox?
PC, sir.
Brilliant. So it's a Sim Market, a gift voucher, a Just Flight gift voucher, or Xbox voucher, which you can use in Sim in the marketplace for purchases. Let me know your purchases. Let me know your preferences and your currency for the country that you're in the direct message in Discord, and I'll arrange the voucher for you. But we can catch up with all the details. To everybody who joined us on the stream, to Tunesy, to Kaiser123, fantastic. Thanks for joining us. To Niklov, to Simulator Gamer, Susie, Mike Coffee, and so on. Thank you very much for joining us. And a special thanks to all of you that have flown in with us today. Look after yourselves. I hope you enjoyed it. See you soon, and bye for now.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Sue.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Mark.
Sue.
Night, everyone. See you
Enjoy
later.
the vacation.
Thanks very much.